Us about a T-Rex, Ride a White Swan, great song. Thank you so much for listening. Have a lovely Sunday. This is Radio 2 on the BBC Sounds app, on your smart speaker at 88 to 91 FM.
BBC News at 9 o'clock on Sunday the 12th of February. Good morning, this is Claire Ronacres. Nurses are set to step up their industrial action in England, asking staff in emergency areas to join the strikes. A committee of MPs says the BBC chairman Richard Sharp made serious errors of judgment by acting as a go-between in a loan for Boris Johnson. And Harry Styles has picked up 4 prizes at the Brit Awards. The Royal College of Nursing is considering escalating its industrial action in England by involving staff from intensive care and A&E units in the next round of strikes. The union wants the government to improve its pay offer. Ministers say nurses should call off the walkouts. Here's our political correspondent, Damien Grammaticus.
It's understood the Royal College of Nursing is weighing up both longer and more widespread action. Nurses in England striking for 48 continuous hours, and staff in accident and emergency, intensive care and cancer care asked to join the walkouts, which could happen in little more than a fortnight. In addition, the RCN says it may no longer make local agreements to help NHS managers planning for strike days, but it says it would ensure cover for the most urgent clinical situations to meet its legal obligation not to endanger life.
MPs have accused the BBC chairman Richard Sharp of significant errors of judgment for not declaring his involvement in helping Boris Johnson secure a loan worth up to £800,000 when he was Prime Minister. The Digital, Culture, Media and Sport Committee says Mr Sharp's failure to disclose the information during his application for the BBC role undermines confidence in the public appointments process. Mr Sharp insists there was no conflict of interest and he did nothing wrong. Our political correspondent David Wallace-Lockhart has more.
These MPs who've put out this report today aren't saying he should stand down from his job. They are saying he should think about the impact this has on how people perceive the BBC, but they're not using phrases like consider his position. The more significant report that could be yet to come is that one from the watchdog who oversees public appointments. They will essentially be looking at how that appointment process was handled, and it's probably their findings that could be most consequential.
The Canadian Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, says he ordered a United States military fighter jet to shoot down an unidentified flying object last night. US forces downed another object on Friday, as well as a Chinese observation balloon last weekend. Here's our North America correspondent, Peter Bowes.
Justin Trudeau said he ordered the shooting down of an unidentified object that had violated Canadian airspace. In a tweet, he confirmed that Canadian and US aircraft were scrambled and that an F-22 fighter jet successfully fired at the object. Mr Trudeau said he'd spoken with President Biden and that Canadian forces would now recover and analyse the wreckage. A military mission is also continuing on sea ice off the Alaskan town of Deadhorse to recover debris from the other unspecified airborne object shot down on Friday.
The Turkish Vice President has said 113 arrest warrants have been issued over the construction of buildings that collapsed because of Monday's powerful earthquakes. More than 28,000 people are now known to have been killed in Turkey and Syria. At least 6,000 buildings were destroyed. Police in Argentina have carried out a series of raids targeting a criminal network suspected of bringing pregnant Russian women into the country to give birth. It's thought the women want to ensure their babies get Argentine citizenship. James Reid reports.
Argentine officials say thousands of pregnant Russians have entered the country in recent months, including 33 on a single flight on Thursday. Babies born in Argentina have an automatic right to citizenship, and having an Argentine child makes it easier for the mothers to get papers too. Police say a gang was charging Russian women up to $35,000 each for a service that included medical care and a fast-track application for citizenship. The attraction seems obvious. While Russians are banned from many countries because of the war in Ukraine, Argentine passport holders have visa-free access to much of the world.
Harry Styles won in every category in which he was nominated at last night's Brit Awards. The former One Direction star scooped 4 prizes, including Album of the Year for Harry's House and Artist of the Year. Beyoncé won International Artist Awards for Best Artist and Song of the Year. The Isle of Wight indie duo Wet Leg won Best Group and Best New Act. After the ceremony, Harry Styles said it had been an overwhelming week.
I think our only kind of goal has ever been to go in and make music that we want to listen to, and to have, to have people kind of recognise it and be recognised by your peers and say that they think you made something good is really, really nice.
And the weather, cloudy but brightening up this afternoon and largely dry across the UK. BBC News, it's 9:05.
Yes, thank you. Hello, good morning.
Steve writes Sunday love songs.
Yeah, we like to come on big. Good morning, how you doing? Well, are you ready? I said, are you ready? Good. I'm your host.